This is a what if based on the Terrence Afton what if, and maybe some of the Springtrap too. So, yeah, let's do this. My life was great, great while it lasted. Diagnosis quirkless was something that was the worst thing ever happened to me. I thought I would never become a hero until I went to school after a couple months. My life was terrible, so I didn't really do anything. I was bullied, abused, bullied by my friends, and caught on. 1.5 months in the past. As a young brunette would be on the ground, beaten up to a bloody pulp. Well, Izuku, would have been pretty much down for the count, as the young boy would have saw someone being bullied but tried to defend them. But the person would have ran off knowing that the attention was off of them, not the greenette. And that's what was bad, really bad. Izuku would have gotten up as, well, he would have been sore, very. Well, it was time to go to that day. As he was heading back to his house, the greenette wanted to go home. As he head home, going straight for his room, not seeing his mother, she would have wanted to talk to him, but he went straight to his room, ignoring her, which surprised the woman that she didn't see her son ever ignore her before. Never. But the next day was different. Next day at school was something different. The playground had something new. A ball pit, a really large ball pit. It was at least about 10 meters wide to 20 meters deep. As, well, big as a pool. This ball pit was something that was special. Izuku really wasn't interested in the ball pit at first. What is that doing there? I didn't know he had a ball pit. Very much, the young boy would have not gone to the ball pit at all, but ignored it for the months ahead. Months would go by. All the kids would play in the ball pit, but one day, there is something that happened. The greenette would be by himself on the lunch tables. Yes, Katsuki would come by. Hey, Deku. As he sees the ash blonde boy, as the little boy would smile. Come here. I have something to give you. As what is it, Kachan? Follow me. As they would have followed him to the ball pit. I know you don't like being in there, but how about you get to go in there for the first time ever? Then maybe we'll be friends again. Really? Yeah, just submerge yourself under it. I will get in, but I won't submerge myself under the ball pit. As the greenette would go in the ball pit, as you can feel there's no bottom. What the hell? The greenette would wonder, where's the bottom? This is when Bakugo used an explosion, pushing the boy into the ball pit as he would fall. The blonde boy would start to laugh as turning around as along with the lackeys. Zuko would have been gone. As breathing in, as this is when he would reach the surface of the ball pit, finding himself in a restaurant. You would notice a restaurant because it has that type of feeling to it. This place is weird. Seeing very much animatronic. Robots. Are those robots? Robot animals? Going towards the robot animals, you'll see a golden bear and a golden bunny. They both had bow ties, but one of them had a top hat. It was the golden bear. The golden bear had blue eyes. So it would be a very, very advanced robot. Wow. The young greener would look around, wondering where else, what is this place? And very much, he would have found other things here. Going around in each place and looking. But not looking around, finding kids, parents, mostly everyone's here. But he couldn't find his mother. Was he all by himself here? Pretty much the young greenette would have bumped into somebody as the person he bumped into would have fallen on the ground, but the boy being a lot younger than the greenette. The 7-year-old would have looked down as he would give a hand. The young boy who would have grabbed the hand and getting up. As the greenette would pick up a plush of one of the robots, or the characters, giving it to the young boy. The young boy would say, thank you. No problem, Izuku says. Who are you? The young boy would give out his name. Christopher Afton. Afton? The greenette would wonder as he asked, what year is it? 1982? 1980s? 1982? The greenette would be surprised seeing that it's 1980s. This is strange. The greenette would bloody hell be shocked seeing that it's 1980. That's something that, well, doesn't really happen. So, the greenette say, well, I'm Zick Midoriya, and you're Christopher Afton, right? Mm-hmm. Wanna be friends? The young boy would smile, saying, yeah, as they would talk about their lives. Izuku was certain that he's in another dimension entirely, keeping the pro heroes and everything that out of it. As Izuku says, so what's your family like? I have an older brother, an older sister, and a mother and father. Oh, I just have my mother and a kind of brother. I have my mother and my auntie and my uncle and my kind of brother, I guess. He's kind of like a brother, but he's my best friend. In a way, we are brothers. His name is Katsuki Bakugo. Ooh. You seem down. What's wrong? Him and his friends bully me for something I couldn't control. Your brother bullies you? He's not really my brother, he's my auntie's son, but we see each other as brothers. You see him as a brother? Did he see you as a brother? The greener would nod. And he's not really a good brother, is he? I have a brother too. He bullies me with his fox mask. I tell him to stop, but he doesn't. The greener will say, I'm sure if, someone told me this. If you just can't fight back, just turn around and walk away. But, as Izuku says, it's always alright to give a big smile, as giving one of the catchphrases of All Might. Just smile. He'll leave you alone, the greener would say. As the young boy would say, thanks, Izuku. No problem. The two would bond easily, being very acquaintive. As time, it will be around 6. Chris would leave along with his brother. Izuku would sneak back to the ball pit and go inside and disappearing. reappearing as it will be at least almost about to end of school. Another 20 minutes. The green would head back in class as the teacher wouldn't really care. It's a quirkless kid. No point trying to keep an eye on him. The green ant would, well, very much be back in his class as he would, well, go home. Thinking about the day he had with Chris. It was all fun. Greatest day of his life. He thought about telling his mother and his auntie, but realizing if they knew and his travel to another dimension, well, that's a bit of a problem. So the green ant, the next day would ask, woke up the next day. Zuko would go to his mother and say, Mom, can I have some money? Inko would wonder why, and she would ask why. I just want to buy some things at, the student store. Inko would say, all right. I should give him, I don't really know how much money, I guess $40 to $50 or $70. Who knows? Heck, I'm gonna say $70. 70 being what he's got. I don't really know the money for Japan, so I'm just gonna use US dollars. Should really get into that. The green ant would smile and say thank you as hang in school clothes and hang out. As class would move, he would warn as he arrived at the school, as he would see the ball pit on his way. Or you can go to the classroom and continue to be bullied. As the green ant would choose the ball pit easily. Turning towards the ball pit as he would jump in. As once again, appearing inside. Checking the time, seeing that it's 9 a.m. and it's packed. I mean packed. The green ant would have came out the ball pit and more likely just hid around. The green ant would have bought some pizza from one of the employees. Well, I'm not sure if he buy pizza really. Let's just say he bought in as the green ant would get food supplies and be walking around with some coins in his hands. Wouldn't know what to do now because he has a bag. As he'll play one of the arcades. As the arcades would have been fun. At least there was these new characters. There's as the one that caught his eye the most was the fox. There was a brown bear, a purple bunny, a yellow chicken, and a red fox. The red fox would have caught his attention easily, being a pirate. Izuku loved heroes, but the second thing he loved was pirates. Those were cool. If he couldn't be a hero, his next thought was being a bounty hunter. But that was kind of almost impossible in that time of age. Izuku would be playing one of the arcades as he would have gone to the next level, but this is when he was tapped on the shoulder as he turned his head, seeing Chris. Oh, hey. You arrived. Yeah, when did you arrive? 1 hour ago. Why don't you get here early? Yeah. The green ant would say, as he would point toward, the 4 kids behind him. Who are they? Oh, those are my friends. This kid right here, as he points towards the brown-haired kid, this is Gabriel. As he points to another kid that's the shortest among them all, the second shortest, and that's Jeremy. As he points to the blonde-haired girl, Susie. As he points to the red-haired kid, Fritz. And pointing to the black-haired girl, and that's Cassidy. Oh. Well, I said 4, I meant 5. There's the green, I would say, that's nice. As another girl would appear, she said, hey. I think, oh, hey, Charlie. Zuko turned to seeing another girl. She's wearing a green sweater along with blue jeans. It's a few years older than him. Or not sure, the green wondered. Who's that? Oh, this is Zuko. I met him yesterday. Asked the green smile. Hey. As they would all start to become great friends, they would be around the pizzeria playing the arcades as everything would seem, well, just fine until an older kid came around for Fox smacked on his face. Picking up Chris as saying, what's up, little bro? How's it going? Michael, put me down. Automatically, the Green Knight returned to seeing his older brother. It's a flash reminder of Kachan. There's a moment as the Green Knight growled and is turning towards the Fox masked kid, rushing at him and tackling down, dropping Chris. Chris, as the masked kid, would have been pissed, as he would have glared. Who the hell do you think you are? You're not going to be your brother. I can do the hell I want. No, you can't. He's your brother, for God's sake. And who the fuck are you supposed to be? Zuko Midoriya. Well, sorry, little Izuku. Looks like I do whatever the hell I want. Why you bullying him anyways? Because he's a crybaby. He's pathetic, useless, can't do anything. That doesn't give you the right to bully him anyways. The boy would glare at the young Green as I'm out of here. As leaving, the Green would have sighed as looking towards Chris, you okay? Yeah, thanks for helping me. I don't know why you don't stand up for yourself, Cassidy says. He's my brother. I care for him, but he can be a bit of a jerk. This is when Susie says, you said that your bully is also, why don't you stand up to your bully? He's my best friend, that's the thing. I know him since I was a kid. Ever since I was a baby. We always did everything together. We were like brothers. We always got along until our 4th birthday. What happened on your 4th birthday? My father left me and my mom. Him, my so-called brother, betrayed me and started bullying me for that. Because I was different. I don't want to say because it's a bit hard to understand. She says, I'm sorry. It's alright being different. Sometimes it is, but other times you just want to fit in, you know? Green Up will say, makes sense. Fritz will say, well, you have a heart of gold. That's one thing Fritz says. Don't let anyone pull you down. Thanks. As the young boy would say. The Green Knight would go out as they would all continue to play. As most of them, Cassidy would have been the first to leave, heading to her family, then Jeremy, then Gabriel, and Susie, then Fritz. Charlie would have left with her father, and Chris, was the last one? Well, I gotta go. To go with my brother. Yeah, you do that. So yeah, as the boy would leave, as going out the door, Sabrina would make his way toward the ball pit and jump in. For the few months as he's going to the pizzeria, Dimension Pizzeria, he would have had fun. A lot. But he couldn't go one day. something came up as a incident went down at in down with All Might. Nezuko wanted to stay and watch, but he didn't know in that dimension it was a very important day in that dimension. As Nezuko, after seeing All Might, would have thought of going to the ball pit, as he was stuck into school, jumping into the ball pit inside the playground. The Green Ant would come out as seeing people looking in front, as Zuko would have saw someone inside of Pepper's mouth. That would have scared the Green Ant. Is he wondering who's actually stupid enough to put someone inside of an Amtrak's mouth? Very much in one of the mascots' mouth, realizing it's Chris. And very much wondering why could Chris do that. Looking around to see Michael and his 3 friends. Zuko putting the pieces together as rushing at Chris as Michael would look inside you. Zuko would have been shocked as turning towards Michael saying, "What the hell did you do? It was an accident. I swear." You. As Zuko was started pulling on one of Chris's legs, as trying to remove Chris's skull from the Amtrak head, as finally doing it, Chris's body will drop it, as he would catch it. Why? He was your brother. Your blood. He was your flesh. Your blood. Why would you do that to him? You murdered your own kin. As the boy in the fox must would be kind of terrified. Why would you do that? Do you not have any remorse for what you did? Michael would have been ashamed as his head would look down as the Green Ant was glared. I thought you were better than that. You seemed pretty nice when you're not bullying him, but I guess I was wrong. So Green Ant would, make his way as the ambush would have came in. The ambush took the kid off of Zuko as well. Mr. Afton would have came in and slapped Michael. He would have slapped Michael anyway, so, as Mr. Afton would have said, "Thank you, Zuko, for talking some sense into this idiot's right here." "No problem, Mr. Afton." William would smile, saying, "No, thank you." He needed it. Taking Michael as he was leaning to the back. Things have been going down as, it was that time. Zuko would head to the ball pit, not feeling any way again. As, 1 year would pass, as in Zuko's dimension, the 8-year-old would have came in, but in this dimension, time went faster. 2 years had passed here. It was very much Zuko would have wondered, as being in the ball pit, as staying, watching and just eating the pizza around. This is when the Green Ant would look, as pretty much seeing Cassidy, Susie, and, Jeremy. Green Ant would go to them and saying, "Hey," Cassidy would say, "Oh, Zuko, we haven't seen you for 2 years." "Yeah, sorry. I got other things going on, Like my so-called best friend who tried to, beat the shit out of me last time. I went to the hospital. You did? Yeah, I did. I had a couple bruises just hiding the burn marks all over him and explosion marks. Izuku went to the hospital constantly, and one time he was in a coma for about 2 months, I was in a coma for 2 months, so, yeah. Your so-called best friend is not really a brother to you at all. I know. He's not. But I'm not gonna give up faith. I shouldn't. And I will never give up faith. Hey, where's Fritz? He couldn't come today. His mother said it just didn't feel right to go. Oh. Well, that's something. This is when a mask got behind his... Cassie would say, hello? Green would wonder who she's talking to as turning around and seeing one of the animatronic mascots. The boy would kind of take a couple steps back, seeing that the animatronic mascot had a different type of air to it. As the mascot, seeing its spring body. Hey kids, how's it going? Having a good time at Freddy's? Three of them would nod as... Oh, good. That's wonderful. I have a little surprise. Do you want to come by? Asked Cassidy. Susie and Jeremy would have said yes. Have you seen Gabriel? Oh, he's in the back room. Back. As very much, Brian would lead them back to the room as Izuku. We were wondering where they're all going. Not really following them, not trying to bother, because his mother always said not to trust strangers. And this bunny animatronic seemed pretty off. Izuku could be right next to the ball pit, just maybe thinking about leaving. But something told him not to. It felt just weird. As the mascot would have came back looking at him, the creator would have noticed. The mascot would come in and say, hey kid, what's wrong? Oh, I'm just thinking about a friend of mine that's in the hospital, that's in a coma. The mascot would have kind of flinched by this, knowing that this is Izuku. Hey, it's fine. I'm sure that your friend is all right. I know. I'm sorry I couldn't do anything, Mr. Afton. The mascot would be surprised, saying, it's not your fault. You came too a little late. It's nothing bad. Hey, I know to cheer up. How about going back with your friends? They're waiting for you. All four of them? Mm-hmm. Izuku would wonder if he should go. Because still, this is what Mr. Afton. He trusted him. He's been a while for him for at least 1.5 years. But then his mother still told him not to trust people and strangers. But this once he would disobey her. Alright, that's agreement. Mr. Afton would take him to the back, as in the safe room, seeing all the animatronic mascots, as closing the door. Izuku would look at them, seeing it the bright day. They all would have looked different in some way. He doesn't know about it, but they would have caught his eye. The Fredbear was the same one that bit down on Chris, but he saw red stains. Well, that, as only thing he really, I think, would be red stains is blood. Turning his head as he would see Mr. Afton with a knife. Mr. Afton, don't worry. It only hurt a second. Grabbing the greenette by the neck as to choke him. This is for Chris. You'll see him. You will see him soon. I'm sorry. As killing him, the greenette by slitting his throat. the blood would gush out as the 7-year-old would go limp. William wondering where to put this one now, because he knows that Freddie, Bonnie, Chica, and Fredbear are kind of full. Turning to, he wasn't really expecting Izuku to come by, really. He thought Fritz was going to come by, but I guess Fritz stayed home. Turning to see Foxy, he planned for Fritz, but this would deal. Dragging Izuku's body taking Izuku's body and stuffing him inside the animatronic fox. As finally being fully stuffed inside, the blood would gush out as William would have the suit then waited to finding his blood as his blood would cover the suit. But something would happen. His blood started to glow brightly. It would be a bright golden reddish color. William would have wondered, is this the remnant? And why was this so high in potential? Taking at least 2 cups of the remnant of Izuku's bloods and taking along with it. Taking off the spring bodysuit as wondering why Izuku's blood was glowing so much. Next, he would take the green edge blood and go off, but Izuku's body would continue to bleed as the golden red blood would continue gushing out of the boy's body. As William would head back to his house, very much seeing his wife kind of questioning as she would ask, where have you been? I just been at the pizzeria, Claire, as usual. Okay. As she would have kind of been suspicious because she smelled a scent on them. It smelled weird. But going down to the basement and locking it. First thing he would have done is taking a shower to get all that smell of blood off. Then heading down, using an elevator down to a secret lab of his. And looking around as taking some of Izuku's blood and sampling it to the others, kids that he just killed. Cassidy had a high amount of remnant. It was a slight glow. It's a silverish glow. Jeremy had some. Gabriel, Susie. Oh, God, sorry. Gabriel had a slight glow. It's a dark bluish glow. Jeremy had a dark purplish glow of his blood. Susie had a yellow glow, and Cassidy had a silver and gold glow, but Izuku's blood was glowing the brightest. She would have tested each of their bloods, and leaving Izuku's for last. Taking at least a drop of the golden red blood and looking to see that his blood is so advanced. His blood is like it's meant for something powerful. It's like a cup that's waiting to be filled. Izuku's blood would have been something else. The remnant amount would be enough to sustain him for decades, even over 100 years. William would smile, saying that, well, he found a source, a good one. Fast Fish Pizzeria, 1985. That day, Izuku was in the dark. Why did he not listen to what his mom said? He should listen to his instincts, just to say no, but he has had to go with Mr. Afton. Now he's in this place, dark, lonely, and he's dead. He can't even become a hero for Chris anymore. Izuku woke himself up as now being pissed more than ever. This is not meant to happen. His life is not meant to end this early. If it weren't for Bakugo, or him being quirkless, or all of this would have happened, he would have probably be a hero. As Zuko's vengeance would have started rising, his anger started taking over. All I wanted was to be a hero. All I wanted was to be accepted, but no. I have to be killed. If I can't be accepted, then no one's gonna stop me from being a hero. I promised myself this. I will become the #1 hero. No matter what. As a bright light started to appear, Zuko saw the bright light as he started moving just randomly towards it. What? As following the light as the bright glow would consume him whole. William was just testing with Zuko's blood as his blood started reacting as it was such a glow brighter than ever before. As long as Gabriel, Susie's, Jeremy's, and Cassidy's blood as well. William would have been interested in seeing Zuko's glow the brightest. Seeing that the remnant inside of it is higher than ever. How interesting. And it's very much side a figure would have been standing over them all. As he opened his eyes, everything would seem so painful. Pain, it hurts. What is this pain? Why does everything feel so advanced? His senses feel different. Izuku's eyes would have started to read all systems go, reboot, processing, everything going so, Foxy's ready to perform. Izuku wondered what the hell's going on. And it's very much turning as seeing that his body's different. His hand, his bloody left hand, it's not there anymore. It's a hook. Izuku was kind of shocked seeing that there's something on the tip of the hook. Taking whatever was holding the hook, seeing it, and letting it blossom. As he looked down to see that he's red feet with claws and with dark brown pants. Seeing that he's covered in fur and feeling something behind him, seeing a red tail with an orangish, peachish tip. Wondering what the hell's going on as the greener would get up. As the greener would have gotten up, looking at his hands once more, seeing that his right hand was, he had claws on it. What's going on? Why am I here? As he moved, he started feeling everything around him. His ears, did they feel different or not? On his side, his eyes, they're more determined. Izuku would remember everything, almost everything about himself. Turning to seeing a figure in front of him. The Green would be shocked and terrified. Well, not the Green but the fox. As the being would have said, "Do not worry. I'm not here to hurt any of you." As the 4 or 5 figures would look at the one figure, the brown figure spoken. Who are we? And where are we? You're in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. You have been murdered by a man. William Afton. Afton? As the purple bunny would say. The purple bunny said, "I remember being killed in pain, then ended up here. Do any of you remember your your past. It's all blurry, the yellow chicken says. I don't remember for anything. All I do remember is my name, Susie. Then a man killing me. As the golden bear on the ground spoke. Yes, all I remember is being chomped. Then ended up here as another voice that sounded different from the first voice say, all I remember is was in a room with some people I knew, then killed. That bastard's gonna pay for what he's done. The Green knew who all these people were. Gabriel, Jeremy, Susie, Chris, and Cassidy. As each of them would look towards the fox. Do you remember who you are? The fox would have nodded as saying, I remember who I am. I was once a boy named Izuku Midoriya, bullied by my so-called best friend who was a brother to me. Been in a coma for about 2 months. Then Mr. Afton killing me. I remember it all. I remember everything. To a good friend of mine, my best friend's death, being bitten, being chomped by an animatronic. I remember everything. Izuku, as the golden bear would have spoken. You're dead. I'm sorry. It's not your fault, the fox says. But we can't go by our old names, can we? The fox says. No. You must go by your new names. Gabriel, you'll be called Frey from now on. Jeremy, you shall be Bonnie. Susie, you shall be Chica. Zuku, you shall be Foxy. Cassidy, Chris, you shall be Golden Freddy. You all have a role. If you want to get your revenge, you must take on the pain of losing everything. And I myself am going to help. As the Greenette looking at the animatronics around him, now looked at his hands. Foxy. As they all would have started moving towards their places. Freddy going on stage, Bonnie going alongside him, and along Chica. Golden Freddy disappearing. What the hell? As Foxy would wonder where he went. As Izuku would have very much wondered what's going on. So he would have started walking towards the nearest place that he thought would have been. Seeing a place called Pirate's Cove. Knowing that this belonged to Fox because he's been here a couple times, the fox would walk in again pulling the curtains. Very much he would turn into the darkness as going to a slumber-like sleep. As everything would feel about the same. Time, 6 a.m. Everything, the 6 a.m. bell would ring. As there would be people already in lines for being Fazbears. So, well, they would open up as around 6:30, people have already been starting to get in, getting their food, and kids starting to play. As the announcer said, Freddy and his friends will now be performing. Please welcome Freddy Fazbear. As the curse will reveal Freddy Fazbear and Freddy prepped and cleaned up from, last night's incident. Because let's just say the security cleaners found out there's a bit of grime and dirt and some weird red liquid on it. They wouldn't really put in anything else. They would just clean it up, cleaning the fabric with some fabric cleaner because they don't have any brains. As everyone would see their favorite animatronics, as Freddy will welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I'm Freddy. As the purple bunny would say, I'm Bonnie. I'm Chica. As the yellow chicken would say, as it's hard to sing for the wonderful kids around. Zuko would activate. After waking up, starts to flutter, sing through one eye, remembering everything about it, as walking close, looking through, just peering enough just to see it. Seeing as the pizzeria is opened, as he would have known that around 11, his Pirate's Cove would be open for performance. So closing the curtains, just taking a couple steps back, falling back to deep slumber once more. Time skipped to around 11. As reactivating, knowing that it's about time. As this is when the curtains would open, as Foxy would have his grand performance. The kids would love the red fox, saying that the animatronic was most of some of them being their favorite. The animatronic would perform for the masses of children around. Very much the kids would continue to play along with the animatronic as eating pizzas, as the fox would perform, playing games with them all, playing games, and letting them walk around. The red fox sort of saw everything as very much Foxy would see a boy that's familiar. Foxy walked up to the boy saying, matey, are you okay? Oh, Foxy, I'm fine. What's wrong? You seem down. Why down in the dumps? My friends, Zuko, Cassidy, Gabriel, Susie, they're not here. The fox had the pain in his heart. Sorry, I'm late. Haven't seen them around. But I promise you this. Me and the captain and I would do our best to keep you entertained, no matter what. Have a good time at Freddy's. Young Boo would smile and saying thank you. As well. What else would they do? Foxy would continue to perform for the children around as more kids would come around for the performance. As well, when everyone was gone from Pirate's Cove, a whitish gray figure would appear right in front of the animatronic. A soul. Izuku's soul would look on to all the people that are having fun, and him trapped in a fox for who knows how long until he sees William again. The pain was something unbearable. Every time he moved, it hurt. Every time he tried to speak, it hurts. Even being awake was pain that's unbearable. All this pain, he couldn't take it. Just trying to do something at least. He has to relieve himself from this pain. If not, he'll go insane. as the pizzeria would close around 10. As the pizzeria would close, everything just seemed pretty sheemish. As the animatronics would have been active, looking around, wondering, as very much as Deku would have heard something. Something that, hearing a voice is very familiar. Turning his head as pulling the curtains, not just to see, as seeing, hearing that same damn voice that damned his life from the very beginning, the moment he entered this pizzeria. He's here. He started twitching violently as rushing out of the Pirate's Cove, making his way towards the office, easily sprinting towards her, surprising at seeing all the animatronics, seeing that first, wondering, and his mind saying, "Where's Foxy going?" "I don't know," Freddy says. As finally arriving at the office, seeing the voice, as he's seeing a security guard, Afton. He couldn't think straight. All he saw was William. That bastard's gotta pay. As errors were starting to go down, as sprinting towards the man, rushing out to kill it. This bastard's gotta pay for what he's did to him. He's stuck in this damn suit because of him. As before the security knew it, he was gutted like a pig, his throat being slashed as blood on the hook as being dragged. As Chico would say, "What are you doing?" Showing her the security as seeing all she would see Afton's body. "You killed Afton." "Aye." As Bonnie was afraid would come in, seeing Afton's dead body. "You killed him. Then we can be free." Very much now, they would all just continue to see Afton, and then as they would go out to partial service, and stuffing him inside the suit. But realizing that wasn't Afton, after stuffing inside the suit, the pain would get worse. The agony, they couldn't take this type of pain anymore. Fox saying that wasn't Afton. That means I killed an innocent man. "Don't worry, Foxy," Freddy says. "You did your best you could. Once you find that man, I'll be damned to let him just get away with what he's done. We'll make him pay." As the next morning, 6 a.m. will come around, as once again performing for the children once more. The pain. He couldn't take this type of pain anymore. His mother, Kachan, everyone that he ever loved, they're all gone. And some of the kids would realize something is wrong. A stench would start to come up as one would smell. "Ugh, what is that smell?" "Yeah, that's disgusting," another child would say, as a sense of rotting flesh.